In this video, we'll explain how rule bases are created and managed in Semaphore using a space mission semantic model as our example. You'll see how Semaphore converts a semantic model into an executable classification logic without manually writing rules for every concept. Let's get started. Classification in Semaphore is driven by rules. A rule matches evidence in content such as words or phrases and assigns a score. A rule base is the collection of rules for a single concept. And a rule net is the complete set of rule bases evaluated by the classification server. In practice, this XML is generated automatically by Semaphore. You don't write individual rule bases by hand. Semaphore Publisher does that for you. Rule-based classes are one of the most important design concepts in Semaphore. A rule-based class provides context for a returned concept. It tells downstream systems what kind of thing the tag represents. In complex models, the same term might appear in content but mean different things. Rule-based classes prevent ambiguity by separating concepts into explicit facets. Let's look at our space missions model. It includes concepts such as Apollo 11, Voyager 1, and International Space Station. Each concept has a preferred label and one or more alternative labels which reflect how those missions appear as real content. These labels are what rule bases actually match against. Before publishing anything, we can design rule-based classes. For the space missions model, we might define classes such as each rule-based class defines mission name identifies specific missions. Mission type, for example, crewed or robotic. Mission location, such as Moon, Mars, or low Earth orbit. Which concepts are eligible. The facet they belong to. And the name returned in classification results. Publisher is the component that turns design into executable logic. It reads the model from knowledge model management and applies configuration sets. A configuration set, a collection of concepts, a rule-based class, and a rule template that defines matching behavior. From this configuration, Publisher generates rule bases for every mission concept and deploys them to the classification server. When rule bases are generated, the rule-based class is embedded directly into the rules. Notice the class attribute. That value mission name is what downstream systems use to interpret the tag correctly. When content is classified, the classification server evaluates the entire rule net and returns structured metadata. The rule-based class name appears directly in the response, along with the concept identifier and score. This allows consuming systems to route the tag to the correct field, facet, or index. Rule-based development is iterative. Semaphore provides tools such as the document analyzer and the classification analysis tool to inspect which rules fired and why. You can examine matched evidence, adjust labels or templates, and lastly, republish the model. Each publish cycle regenerates rule bases consistently and transparently. In summary, rule bases are generated, not hand-coded. Next, rule-based classes provide essential facet context. Publisher transforms semantic models into executable logic, and XML rule bases and CS output remain explainable and auditable. For additional resources, check the description below.